Today, we're going for a drive in a 2023 Tesla Model X. Now, right off the rip, guys, I gotta say, this is one of the most impressive cars that I've ever been in. Let's do a quick walk around, then we'll get in the inside and go for a drive. We do have the frunk, and that is quite a lot of storage space. No idea what's inside here. And we have the Tesla power converter, Tesla tow hook, and we close it. Now, I would say I would like it if there was a button on the outside. With Teslas being pure electric, they don't need a lot of air, so there's just a little bit of air vents at the bottom for the climate control system. Yeah, we've had the Tesla for a little bit. I'll talk more when we get on the inside where I know it's gonna be quieter. Just wanna do this quick exterior walk around. The spoiler at the back is not active, it just stays in place. This one is the 7-seat option. So if you want to drop the back seats, there's a button here, pushes forward, simple, just like that. Down here, there's a ton of storage as well. So you have a lot of cargo room. When you're ready to close, just a button at the top. Now, one of my favorite things about the Model X is the rear doors. Give that a click right there. And the gull-wing doors open up. They flex at the top. That's just incredible. I don't know why the door's not opening up all the way though. Still learning lots of things about this car. Try the passenger side. I believe in the settings you can set how much room there is, but when this is up all the way, it just allows so much room to come into the back seat. And look at all this leg room I have. The top is just so cool. Model X right there. You have a full climate menu screen in the back, 2 USB-C ports, and these seats do move around. So click that, fold it down simply. This one moves it forward, moves it back, so lots of adjustability. And the best thing is you don't even need to close those doors. If you just go into the driver's seat, you can do it all from the iPad. I do have Teresa here today because we did an overnight rental on this Tesla Model X. I love these front driver's seats. The seats are actually really soft and really plush. And when you get on the inside, just put your foot on the brake pedal. The driver doors closes. And then on the iPad screen here, you can click close all. So now the back doors will close all from touch screen. So Teslas are a ton amount of tech. I love how in the X, because it's the upgrade one just like the S, we also have the gauge cluster. That's my biggest thing. But the Model 3 and the Model Y, there's no gauge cluster, but they fixed that and there's so much more improvement. So let's get on the road. We're gonna go for a drive. In order to do that, there's 2 ways to put the car into drive. Take a little swipe, we're in drive. Tap to park, swipe back for reverse. There's also slight coloration down here in this trim. You just press here. Boom, drive, reverse, park. Personally, I like to just slide up here. There we go. So we're gonna go for a drive. We're gonna get on the highway. We're gonna get a feel for the acceleration. I gotta warn you, it is extremely fast. Probably the fastest car that I've ever been in. And you can adjust that by going into pedals and steering. You can have chill mode, sport mode, and insane mode, and there's even a drag strip mode. There's so much adjustability that you can do with the Model X. It's absolutely insane. But one thing that's hard to get used to is the turn signals. It's on the steering wheel. They're automatic. They're like smart turn signals. So whether you're lane changing or you're taking a corner, it will automatically know for you, and you just click it once and then turns off when it needs to turn off. And the second most incredible thing from the driver's seat is this windshield. Look at how high up the windshield comes. That is insane. Most windshields end about here, and then you have roof. This makes us feel like I'm in a spaceship, and I can just look up in downtown Toronto and oh look, there's the CN Tower. So 10 out of 10 for the windshield. Not a 10 out of 10 would be the sunshades. So the other day I was driving and the sun was coming in from the side, and these do not go very low at all. You can open it to get a little bit of extension, but even then that's like nothing. So that's a little odd. It does snap into place right there magnetically, which is pretty cool. Tucks out of the way. A lot of cool things about this car. A lot of Easter eggs hidden inside the Teslas. A lot of tech. I will say that before I test drove all these Teslas, I was a little bit of a Tesla hater. I didn't really understand the hype. Now that I've been in every single model, we started with the Model 3, we test drove the Model Y and the S, and now we did an overnight test drive on the X. I am starting to become a Tesla believer. Not only are the cars amazing and the tech is incredible and they're very fast and they have some of the longest battery ranges for all the cars on the market, but the whole Tesla process was so simple. Literally booked a demo test drive from their website for a half-an-hour time slot, and then they booked me in for a 6 p.m. to a 10 a.m. Test drive time. Most other dealerships you go to will never do that. You ask for an extended test drive and they're like, no. With Tesla, yeah, it's just as simple as booking it, and you book an overnight one and there's no questions asked. They're not worried about doing pricing with you. They're not worried about trading in your car. They're not worried about any of that stuff. They're just like, yeah, go enjoy the car, and if you want to buy one, okay, thanks, let us know. It's very like you're going shopping for a MacBook that has wheels. I love it. The fact that you can overnight test drive a car is incredible. The fact that, I mean, I work in the automotive industry, and we're no way we're gonna let somebody at BMW take a car out overnight. That's just not how it's done. But with Tesla, it's a whole nother mindset. And it makes sense too, because the cars just sit at the dealerships overnight, not doing anything, when they could be influencing somebody to purchase a car, like me or like you guys. So if you guys are interested in going to test drive a Tesla, all you have to do is go to the website, book a demo drive with your local dealership, and you're ready to go. Now we're about to get on the highway here. We'll get a feel for this acceleration. We're gonna start in chill, we'll move it over to sport, and then we'll go into insane. There's also a lot of stuff that you can add in here. Auto shift out of park is a beta. A lot of things are a beta, like the autopilot. Turn the autopilot on here. Following distance, navigation on autopilot, traffic light. Oh, what did I do? Nobody's behind me, it's okay. Full self-driving, so there we go. Sweet. Because, oh, we gotta put it back in the park. Because we are in like a demo car and it's not registered, the settings reset every time I get out of the car. So I've got to turn the back on. All right, so we are in chill mode, and let's do an acceleration. It was quick, but it was chill. I mean, the car has so much more than that. The acceleration was actually very smooth. It didn't make me too nauseous, didn't whip my head back in the seat. Did you like the chill acceleration, Teresa?
Yeah, better than the insane.
Better than the insane. So we'll go back over to pedals and steering. We're going to go into sport mode now. Put that smart turn signal on. It knows when I get into the next lane, and then it turns the turn signal off. Oh, holy. That was a much different acceleration there. Sport mode is what the car starts in all the time, I believe, and it's just definitely a much more progressive feel. Although maybe because I don't have the car mapped to me, that it keeps resetting to sport, and if you were owning the vehicle, you would just stay in chill mode. I like how the navigation pops up in the gauge cluster. It's also going to be in the infotainment. This infotainment system, the mount that they offer here is incredible. Like, Tesla is a tech brand that has wheels. It's not a car brand that is now adding tech to their car. So they have so much more tech than anything else, almost more stuff than you really need. And they do have the autopilot system. So just by clicking down on this toggle, it has engaged it. And then it does automatic lane changes for you. So you click the turn signal here, and it does the lane change. Now, it's not full autopilot where you can just let go and do. It does want you to keep your hands on the wheel, and it's going to check for prompts to make sure your hands are on the wheel. Like every couple of minutes, it's going to make sure that you are still awake and you're still active. It's not going to register and come to a complete stop and turns at red lights and stuff. It does come to stops at red lights, but it's not going to do automatic navigation for you if you need to turn at a light. And as soon as you just put a little bit more input than it's looking for, it just turns off. But we'll just let it do its thing here. Pretty incredible. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't be as close to the white line, so it makes me want to take over again. But when you can see that it sees all the cars ahead of you in the gauge cluster, it kind of gives you a little bit of peace of mind. I mean, really, this cruise control system is fantastic. You do still have a button on the steering wheel for blipping your high beams, washing your wipers, and the voice command, as well as the horn. So the horn isn't actually through the airbag, it's just this little button off to the side. And you can even program, is it going to be a normal horn, or is it like a loudspeaker with different sounds? It's like, why would you ever want to change your horn? Because then nobody's going to know what your horn is. But it's just so many options. 2 wireless charging trays, lots of cup holders here, lots of storage, center console storage, got nice wood trim. I believe the X does give you a couple of different options. The only ones I've seen is the wood trim or the carbon fiber trim. Carbon fiber is very nice. I have seen some of them come with a yoke steering wheel where the top is cut off and the bottom's flat. I like that the test drive one has the round steering wheel. Just almost too many options with it. But why don't we let cruise control take over a little bit, and I'll show you guys some of the infotainment system. So you click this car at the bottom here and you get all of your menus. Very easy to go through. One thing that I found was incredible was the display. So you can have the appearance on auto between reducing the light at nighttime and not, the brightness, but the display tilt. So right now it's on the center, but you can go tilt to the left and it tilts towards the driver's cockpit. You can go tilt to the right so that the infotainment system tilts towards the passenger. How incredible is that? And then there's back to center. I have never been in a car that the infotainment system literally moves in 3 different positions like that. So that I'm very impressed with. Not to mention this autopilot system. Like, other manufacturers are offering the active cruise control with lane keep assist and lane centering, and that's basically what this system is, but this system is so much more sensing everything else around you. It's kind of hands-free, but it just wants you to prompt and put your hands back on the steering wheel once in a while, where the other systems are definitely, they don't want your hands off the steering wheel. They want one hand on the steering wheel at all times. You can also go in and adjust what you see on the gauge cluster here. So this is going to be volume control if you just scroll the dial, but if you press and hold, you can then go through different modes in the gauge cluster. Go back, camera, steer here, raise the suspension, acceleration mode, dash cam, fan speed, temperature, none. Open the glove box from the steering wheel. Sorry. And then we want to bring those cameras down. Everything swipes down, swipes up. Go pedals and steering. We'll go to insane mode. Put the steering, just leave it standard. Even a trailer mode. You can adjust the suspension, vary the ride height, vary the dampening. I like to use comfort dampening because I just want the car to be as comfortable as possible. You can go through, set your charging times, autopilot, locks, lights, displays. Yeah, so we've had this car overnight. We did a movie night at the drive-in. There's a camp mode on this car. Just so many things about this car has blown me away. And I was always a Tesla hater, and now I'm just very, very impressed. The build quality seems fine to me. I like the leather. The leather is very nice on the door panels, center console. But I guess that's what you would expect me buying a $130,000 car. I see the autopilot system turned off when I put in a little bit too much steering input, which is not a problem. We're just gonna manually take over for a little bit. And then this windshield just blows me away how much windshield there is. First I was wondering, like, where's the blind spot monitoring system, the little light on the mirror? But you don't really need that because every time you turn your taking the signal on, the camera comes on, shows you your blind spot, and you also know what the cars are around you. So I can see the car in my blind spot on my gauge cluster. So without even checking my camera, I know that there's a car there because the car just registers and tells me. Alright, so we are in the insane mode. I just want to do a quick acceleration here for that. Alright, here we go. Insane mode. Holy. There's a big difference from chill to sport, but not a crazy difference from sport to insane. But yeah, insane mode is pretty insane. Like, that was so fast acceleration. And I've really gotten used to the one touch pedal feel where as soon as you let off the acceleration pedal, it starts braking for you. You kind of get used to that after a little bit. Your foot just doesn't let off as much. Just needs to calibrate from like how a gas engine is. it's showing our range at 540 kilometers of range. There was a way I did find to change that to percentage instead of range. I like the range, but I'd also like if it showed the percentage as well somewhere for the battery. It does show you on the navigation what the battery will be at when you arrive, so 96%, but it doesn't tell you what it's at the very moment. You can even see it's registering the traffic light. When you're on the autopilot, it would have sensed that red light, would have brought us to a stop. If you're at a red light and it goes green, when it goes green, it gives you a little prompt. It's bless you. The autopilot system, it's not perfect. There's some things. It's an autopilot to help assist you. You still have to be active and attentive, but it's definitely pretty much the best one on the market that I've experienced. I haven't touched the brake pedal once. All of that is just from the auto braking of taking my foot off. And underneath the cup holder here, deep storage down where you can bring those trays back. Play around with the infotainment system a little bit. So we went through suspension, went through charging, so you can set, they say, hey, if your daily time, you should try and limit it to 80%. If you know you have a long trip the next day, go for a trip, but that's going to help with the longevity of the battery. Locks. Child locks tells you when the car is locked, unlocked, different settings for all of them. The Falcon door height. Lights, auto lights, ambient lights, automatic high beams, brightness, center, trips, navigation, safety, Sentry mode, dash cams on auto. Can have a pin. What is Joe mode? Enabling Joe mode reduces the volume of your car's chimes. The quieter chimes continue to alert the driver effectively and minimize disruptions to the passenger in the rear seats. So that's what Joe mode is. That's funny. Yeah, there was a way that you could change the battery percentage, but I don't know where that prompt is now. So there is also a toy box down here, so you can change the color of the car. There's a light show. I'll show you guys this at the end of the video. There's the boom box, so you can change the horn to different sounds. Maybe we'll show that. There's the emissions, farts on demand. You can turn your turn signal into farts. You can change the location of the farts. I don't know why that is even in there, but thanks Elon. It's so random, it's so funny. That's the first time the turn signals didn't turn off after I lane changed. Oh, what? Pull into Sunnybrook Park here. Okay, so we're going to get into a parking spot, and then I'm going to go through so much more of what Tesla has to offer in their infotainment iPad system. Farting is so random. Okay, so there was the boombox. Put this into park. Horn, replace horn. I don't hear anything. Oh, there it is. Why would you want any of these as a horn? Toss a coin to the Witcher. Wait, was that like what? Or how well the GoPro is picking up these sounds.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one. Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious. Okay, let's take that off.
I like the gold one.
There's a megaphone. Ah, I don't know what I did. My bad. All right, so we did boombox, we did emissions. I don't even know when I'd ever use that. There's a romance mode, sketch pad. You can turn your navigation into Mars. Don't know why you would want to do that, but okay. There's the Santa mode, this is actually pretty funny. It turns on Christmas music, your gauge cluster goes to Santa, and you start driving, you turn into Santa. So that's kind of cool. But then you can also spread cheer on the outside. But I'm wondering if maybe we need to register in order for that to happen. But yeah, it usually plays the Christmas music on the outside. Oh no, you just can't do both at once. It turned off. How do we spread cheer? I'm afraid to hit the horn. How do we activate it? As soon as we go into drive, it deactivates. Oh well, I guess we're not spreading cheer. Can't figure that out. Opening the trunk, opening the front, opening all the doors, the pad, the toy box, pretty much everything that was in the toy box. There's a light show, we'll show you at the very end. More apps to go through here. Karaoke, arcade, interior camera, you can even see your stocks. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything. I just want to end this video with showing you guys the light show. So let's schedule a show. Oh wow, you can, on this one you can set, let's do Carol of the Bells. You gotta exit the vehicle, honey. Enjoy the light show. This is the Christmas one. I love this one. I don't know. The trunk opened a little bit too. The charging flap is opening. Is that it? I thought the rear doors were supposed to open up. And look at that, closes itself for you. That's hilarious. All right, we're gonna end the video here. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and you guys are interested in going and purchase a Tesla, just book a website, go to a Tesla website and do it yourself, and it's really easy. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out. I'll see you on the next one.